Shalom Shalum Mishpaka. This video is about a dream that I had over a year and a half ago. I feel it's very relevant today, so I took the time to go back and clean up some of the language because I was not in the Qadash names at the time. So please excuse the limited editing ability due to the fact that I'm doing this on my cell phone. Baruk Atah Yahuah, and much love to you all. Shalom. Joyful dawning. Baruk Atah Yahuah. I just got up about an hour ago. I had the most traumatic and graphic dream that I can ever remember. It shook me to the core of my being and scared me, troubled me deeply. But I remained functioning in it, and I was combating it, like not under my own power. I mean, the things I was thinking were being executed, but I don't have it in me to do the things. It's traumatic, it's shocking. I'm gonna share it with you guys. You're not gonna want to miss this. Every man-made religious system in the world enslaves the hearts and minds of men with false teachings and false doctrines. Praise be to Yahuwah, who's raised up his remnant in this day, the Qadashayam of Yashar'Al, to once again walk in the old ways, to understand the living word by the power of Ruach Hakodesh. Come, join us as we walk in the way, the truth, and the life. Praise be to our King, Yahusha HaMashiach. Baruk Atah Yahuah. This is Yirmiyahu with Qadashayam of Yasharal. Pray that all is well with you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I want to share with you a traumatic dream experience that I had last night, as well as disclosing something that I feel could have led to a very serious spiritual attack upon me and my household, and the devil being desperate to silence the word of Yahuwah, going forth in authority and in boldness and in power, in the power of bringing life to the lost and sight to the blind, and hearing to those who have ears but hear not, and you know, as a veil is being lifted in this time, like crazy darkness, division, battle lines all being clearly defined upon the ground, tremendous amount of censorship. Let me be very careful with my words, and pray that you can understand why I choose to do that. So first off, let me tell you about this dream. It is by far, in a way, the most graphic dream that I've ever had. It was terrorizing. It was very violent, traumatic, not bloody. I'm still like, I woke up and I'm just crying out to the Yahuwah, cover me in your pinions, tuck me up underneath your wings, Daddy, like help me in Yahusha's name. I rebuke this, So, and I'm reminded of some of the writings of the prophets, and there were very graphic and very vile imagery that's there that obviously is not something that gets commonly spoke about in the congregation. And maybe that's part of the... I just think that these things are real, true, biblical things, and we need to wake up. We need to get ready, guys. We're going into a serious war right now. And I'm sorry, but a lot of people, I'm afraid, are literally like sleepwalking through their lives. And, you know, like in Jeremiah 23, the prophets are saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. So, in my dream, I'm on foot and I'm walking. All of a sudden, I find myself like, okay, I'm in a strange place. I'm actually like, I don't even know how else to say it, on the wrong side of the tracks, right? I've wandered off into an area that's I'm not familiar with it. I haven't been here before. This is a new territory for me, and I'm starting to say things like, where am I? How did I get here? Like, how? And I'm being mocked. Other voices are saying, where am I? How did I get here? And I look, and there's like 3 or 4 hooded figures walking between me and what I guess would be either the road and the tracks, that I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be over there. Like, I need to get past these people that are mocking me and scoffing me, and every time I take a step, they take a step. They're intentionally trying to obstruct me. So I start panning around in my vision, like I'm looking in other directions, saying, okay, where else can I go? Like, what else can I do? Oh, I can't go that way. And and as I look, there's a couple other figures in the other direction too, like, you know, behind me, to my left, to my right. I can't. And then to the opposite direction that I want to go is like, oh, you definitely don't want to go over there, because now if you go over there, you're completely in the place that you don't want to be. Not just on the fringe of it, you're in it. So I'm like, oh my gosh. And then there's like this bridge, this metal grated structure. Oh, those other people are mocking me too. Oh, can't go that way. Oh, can't go that way. And they're kind of closing in, like they're trying to trap me. They're not chasing me. They're just closing in around me. And I can't see their faces, of course, but I get the impression that they're like against the fasci. You know? I don't know how else to kind of say that without triggering something, but so they're closing in, they're mocking me. I'm feeling very trapped. I look up and there's like this metal bridge, and it seems to have like a bunch of vehicles parked there. And I don't know, but for whatever reason, okay, they can't move. They're stuck. And I don't even know if they're occupied, because I don't even like go up to try. I feel like I've got to try to get away, so I start going up underneath the girders of this bridge. And so now I feel like I'm hearing the voices kind of echoing, closing in around me. I'm not waking up, like I'm still staying in this thing. Sorry guys, this is like it's really hard. So one of these entities is coming really close to me now, and is moving. The behavior is almost like a clown. The face isn't totally like a clown, but it is kind of like a clown. It reminds me of some twins that passed away in the headlines that had strange faces, and I don't remember these people being famous, but I don't follow a lot of that anyways. Yahuah called me out of following stars a while ago, but it's like that kind of face, or like in that video from the 80s, that Genesis video, Land of the Confusion, where they have like the strange proportions of chin and forehead. Anyway, it's the face is coming at me, like bobbing and looking all sadistic, twisted, and I literally like raise up my left hand like I'm gonna try to block it, because it's like it wants to come up and bite my face, and I put my hand up and it does harm to it. It like breaks the nose, but again, like there's no blood, but the thing is like responding like it's traumatized. And I had something in my hand like a metal stock of a knife, butt of a gun, like something that was in my hand that I didn't know I had anything in my hand whatsoever. And so it's like it kind of falls back for a second, but then it's like it's coming again, and it just doesn't stop. These entities that are coming at me, you guys, they don't stop. It ends up going through about 4 of them, and the things that I'm doing to fight them off are far more graphic. They're very Joshua, Old Testament, slaying giants, like literal warfare, like literal sword play, knife stuff. Like, I don't need to go into any more graphic detail, but the fact that it continued to go on, that they're responding in a way as almost as if they didn't have they didn't have normal pain thresholds. And yet I was never harmed. I was terrified, but I didn't awaken like normally I would in a dream. I was still there. I was in it. They were kind of like trying to pass me off to another and being like, here, take this one and do this really disturbing and I can't even speak it thing to this one. And, and then they would come, someone else, another one would come to me, and I would be doing it harm, and it would not be harming me. So anyway, I don't know, but when I woke up, I was like, Yahuah, I do not want to dream that anymore. I don't even want to go back to sleep. I still had time before I had my alarm to go off this morning, but I didn't want to go back to sleep. And I was just in prayer, and I'm still trying to understand, because I think it's more of hey, it's time to get prepared for some things that are going to be happening that you haven't been through before, but your brothers and sisters have, and it's not for the faint of heart, and it's not a game. And that's what I took away. And you know what? If that is a wake-up call to you, if that is somehow a Baruk to you, praise Yahuah. I was like really reluctant to even share it, because it is so dark, and it's like, man, I don't want to say that was my dream, but that was my dream. So of course I should say that was my dream, because that was my dream. And so I want to go back and share something with you guys about the spiritual attack. So last week, the end of the week, I was driving home from my work week, and you know I have a pretty good commute that I make, and I usually have quite a bit of time. That's oftentimes when I'll record something, like I am now. But at this time, I did not have the camera on, but I started to speak out very boldly to principalities and to powers, because I know that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but powers and principalities and rulers in high places. And I understand through my reading of scriptures and, you know, what some people will call extra biblical text, also synchronized like Enoch, that, you know, you got the fallen angels, the sons of men, who took or raped the women, the daughters of men that they liked, and they did this abomination, and Yahuah will not forgive them for, and they are going to be sentenced to eternal lake of fire for this, and they'll be judged by Qadashayam. But also the disembodied spirits that were their children, the Nephilim, when their bodies, when their flesh died, they became the wandering spirits. So I believe, as many others do, that these are the evil spirits. Now, there's obviously some differentiations in opinions and views between, well, what are actual, like, demons and what are, like, aliens, like grays and whatever. And I am currently ascribing to the belief that that the fallen have the abilities to still traverse in the heavens, and this causes light phenomena that the world calls UFOs, and that these ancient physical beings that have the abilities to appear in and out of physicality are fallen angels. But the evil spirits are that. They're evil spirits. They're legion in the Bible. And Yahusha into the pigs. So, anyway, in the spirit and in boldness, I was rebuking them. And I was telling them that that they have no power and they have no authority to hold back the word of Yahuah. I asked Yahuah to remove the stronghold that was upon the Qadashayam. And I told those entities that his word would go forth. Even the very stones of the earth will proclaim the magnificent truth of Yahusha's Besorah of salvation and transformation. That they can't stop it. That they're desperate. That they're wicked. That their time is short. And that their judgment day is coming. I was telling them all these things. I got home. I was having like a really bad headache. I told my wife, I said, I need to lay down. I have a really bad headache. I need to lay down. Guys, I laid down and I did not get up for like 2 days. I mean, apart from you know, going to the bathroom, just getting up to pee kind of thing. I was like wrecked in my flesh, just physically cast down, just done. And my muscles were all aching, my bones were aching. I have piercing pain in my eyeballs, into my headache, like, you know, like a really bad sinus infection-y kind of a thing. So I was resting up and healing, and at some point I got up enough strength to actually look at my phone. Like, I was actually supposed to preach in Pakistan the next morning. And apparently they have severe weather there. Please pray for them. There's a lot of snow, and I haven't even heard back from them. So Lord, we pray that they're all okay and that their needs are met. And so I had this email from YouTube, and I go and I check that out, and it's like, oh yeah, we have removed saints of God due to repeated some kind of language about bullying and offenses and everything, and we know this may come as a shock, and you can appeal and blah blah blah. and I like go, and yeah, it's totally down. Like I can't even bring up, my playlists that I had saved, a lot of different research videos and materials, and all the subscriptions and everything, just everything gone. In fact, we can't even log into my wife's YouTube on the PlayStation to play YouTube on the TV, because it's like just totally freaking shut down. So I did create this channel that is Qadashayam of Yasharal. I'll be bringing most of the content that was on Saints of God. I have hard copies of it. I mean, it's amazing, because with only 115 subscribers and just, gospel sermons, I mean, I was very, very early on, I don't even know what it would be, like maybe May of 2020. I was saying things on there that other people were just not saying for like about a year. Some people were, but some people weren't. And so I guess maybe I was just flying low enough under the radar there that they didn't notice. And then when they finally did notice, they're like, oh, we have to take all this down. I mean, I don't know. So this channel doesn't even have any strikes. So I mean, obviously this feels like a clear violation of, First Amendment rights. After all, it's a platform, not a publisher, right? That's why you have those special exceptions from Congress. But anyway, I consider them both to be spiritual attacks, and I don't know if this dream is also similar. But I will say, saints, it is time for us to get serious, get armored up, okay? Yes, the battle is won by Yeshua HaMashiach. Hey, hallelujah. Praise Yah. And great Babylon is fallen, but Babylon is not fallen right now, today. Yeah? And I don't know if you checked out the pre-trib video that's very, very brief that I put, that just has straight from the scriptures, like, oh, all these countless Qadashayim in white robes that you see, who are those? Oh, you know who they are. Oh, that's right. Those are the ones who endured the great tribulation, who lost their heads for their trust and testimony in Yahusha HaMashiach. Listen, I don't want anyone to be deceived, okay? We will be enduring, and He will preserve us, and He will sustain us, but we must trust Him, and we need to be prepared. And I'm not talking about bunker preparations. I'm talking about in spirit preparations, right? Ephesians, the whole armor of Yah. All of these things, be constantly prayed up, be reading the word of Yahuwah, the Bible for yourself. Read the Bible for yourself. We cannot just trust some interpretations and wisdom of men who have turned esteem of Yah coloring book in a lot of ways. I'm sorry. Father, help me. I'm trying to say what you put on my heart, and I know that there are people that will be offended. And you know what? If you leave a comment and you tell me if you think differently, and if you agree, then please leave a comment also, and engage in a discussion about it. Let's I'll tell you what. I got a sound clip that I already prepared. That was Jeremiah 23. I'm going to throw it on here next, and I want you guys to listen to it, and I want you to please consider this church age, okay? And I'm talking about, the the easy believism, okay? The man-centered church, the people-pleasing, the ear-tickling, sugar-coated, all that kind of stuff. And so listen to the prophet and tell me if you agree with me that it is just as much talking about us right now, and it is nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun.
Yahuwah Baruk you and keep you guys.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening and partaking. Please like, share, and subscribe. The content helped to get this message out to many others. I know that it will hit all the ears that
Adonai has intended it to hit.
And please let me know how I can pray for you. There's information in the description. If you feel like you want to email me and be more discreet or whatever, please feel free to do that as well. And until next time, this is
Yirmiyahu with the Qadashayam of Yasharal, and Yahuwah Baruk you all.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says Yahuwah. Therefore thus says Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharal against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, says Yahuwah. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them. And they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, says Yahuwah. Behold, the days come, says Yahuwah, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Yahudah shall be saved, and Yashar'Al shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, Yahuwah Sedekenu. Therefore behold, the days come, says Yahuwah, that they shall no more say, Yahuwah lives, which brought up the children of Yashar'Al out of the land of Mitzrayim, but Yahuwah lives, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Yashar'Al out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. My heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because of Yahuwah, and because of the words of his kadoshness. For the land is full of those who break wedlock, for because of swearing the land mourns. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil, and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane, yea, in my house have I found their wickedness, says Yahuwah. Therefore their ways shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness. They shall be driven on, and fall therein. For I will bring evil upon them, even the year of their visitation, says Yahuwah. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Shamaron. They prophesied in Baal, and caused my people Yashar'Al to err. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem a horrible thing. They break wedlock, and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none returns from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah. Therefore thus says Yahuwah Sebaot concerning the prophets, Behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink the water of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into the land. Thus says Yahuwah Sebaot, Hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahuwah. They say still unto them that despise me, Yahuwah has said, Ye shall have shalom. And they say unto everyone that walks after the imagination of his own heart, No evil shall come upon you. For who has stood in the counsel of Yahuwah, and has perceived and heard his word? Who has marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of Yahuwah is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. The anger of Yahuwah shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel, and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way, and from the evil of their doings. Am I, Elohai, at hand, says Yahuwah, and not Elohai afar off? Can you hide yourself in secret places, that I shall not see him, says Yahuwah? Do not I fill the heavens and the earth, says Yahuwah? I have heard what the prophets said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? They are prophets of the deceit of their own hearts, which think to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as the Father have forgotten my name for Baal. The prophet that has a dream, let him tell a dream, and he that has my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, says Yahuwah? Is not my word like as a fire, says Yahuwah, and like a hammer that breaks the rock in pieces? Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, says Yahuwah, that steal my words every one from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, says Yahuwah, that use their tongues and say, he says. Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, says Yahuwah, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies, and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, says Yahuwah. And when this people, or the prophet, or a priest, shall ask you, saying, what is the burden of Yahuwah? You shall then say unto them, what burden? I will even forsake you, says Yahuwah. And as for the prophet, and the priest, and the people, that shall say the burden of Yahuwah, I will even punish that man and his house. Thus shall ye say everyone to his neighbor, and everyone to his brother, what has Yahuwah answered, and what has Yahuwah spoken? And the burden of Yahuwah shall ye mention no more, for every man's word shall be his burden. For you have perverted the words of the living Elohim of Yahuwah Sebaot our Elohim. Thus shall ye say to the prophet, what has Yahuwah answered you? And what has Yahuwah spoken? But since ye say the burden of Yahuwah, therefore thus says Yahuwah, because you say this word, the burden of Yahuwah, and I have sent unto you, saying, ye shall not say the burden of Yahuwah. Therefore, behold, I, even I, will utterly forget you, and I will forsake you, and the city that I gave you, and your fathers, and cast you out of my presence, and I will bring an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame, which shall not be forgotten. By the power and will of Yahweh, Yahusha, the Messiah, the Savior, the one who we love him because he first loved us, right? Because while we were yet enemies at enmity with the Most High, he humbled himself, he took on flesh, he took on the role of a servant, he lived a perfect, righteous, or Kadash life. He willingly laid his life down, no one took it from him. He bore our iniquities on his body. He was crucified on a stake. He was in the tomb 3 days, and he rose again, right? In power, in sovereignty, in majesty, in all esteem. All esteem, Yahusha. Yahusha comes in the name of the Father, Yahuwah. Baruk is he who comes in the name of the Most High, Adonai, Yahuwah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment and let us know how we can pray for you. Shalom.